What's going on, everyone? My name's Roscoe and welcome to the channel. So we are going to break down this Forbes video interview that when they sat down with Ye and they talked about Yeezy Brand, we got it like an insight into his like thought process. And he also laid down all the prototypes and samples, and now this is my time to show you guys which shoes that are going to release in 2020, and I'll be able to point out, be like, hey, yeah, that's the Cactus Flower, or that's the V3 700. First off, in this interviewer, he doesn't really seem like he knows a lot about sneakers. This would have been my dream. To be able to sit down with Ye, it would have been such an amazing experience, but the guy shows up to Ye's office wearing Jordans, which I don't know why, but Ye makes light heart of it by saying, you know, how everything comes around in full circle, because the first shoe that he was drawing, you know, back in school was, you know, the Air Jordan 1. And I also want to dive into the numbers, because they give us some numbers that what Yeezy is projected to make in 2019. Is Yeezy going to jump over the Jumpman in the near future? This is it. I mean, this is a leaker's dream right here, to be able to see all these Yeezys. I was like trying to copy and paste everything over on my Instagram stories. Now, in the first part of the interview, it's kind of interesting where Bible is more interesting than Pinterest, and he talks about, you know, how in the Bible it says that all the clothing should be made from one material. All right, so the first off, like with all the Yeezys here, I mean, there is like hundreds of them. You get right here, you have the 700 VXs in multicolors. That red one right there is the one I've seen pictures of, and hopefully that red 700 VX releases. But then you got this multicolor, you know, you got the lime, the yellow, and it's just crazy. The sandals, the prototypes, it's unbelievable. And then you have some 700 V3s right here in the bottom, which I don't think a lot of people caught. You have a high top 700 V3, a little into basketball, but then you have a low top one. That was the one he was spotted wearing last year. And then here in the beginning it says Forbes estimates West's pre-tax income is at $150 million over the past year, mostly due to his Yeezy empire. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Thinking about how this guy was $50 million in debt and he's built this. It's unbelievable. And then you can see all these 350s. A little insight here, you have the True Forms. That's the True Form prototypes. And then you have all these aqua ones. That's the aqua ones that were supposedly friends and family. The aquas and the blues with the translucent stripes. I think I've watched this video like 4 times already. And then the Yeezy Basketball. Alright, stopping right here because this is a great view. I think these are right here, the clays. So these are the clay prototypes. You have a darker, awesome, absolutely so fire. But then you have the clays right next to it. But then the one right next to the clay prototype, you have Peach Zebra. Now that one I believe was projected to release 3 years ago, never ended up coming about. When a lot of these leaks were out there saying that these shoes were going to get released and then they never did, it's just so funny that you actually see this shoe and they're like, hey, they actually could have been released. And then you have these gold ones, man. These gold, I saw these, I was like, absolutely fire. There's a gold one with a white translucent stripe. Now regarding the Yeezy Quantum Basketball, it's funny. He made a statement. It's not on the video, but it's in the article, that he jokingly said that like how the Yeezy Quantum Basketball was banned by the NBA, and it still is. And he references how the Jordan 1 was banned when it was first released. So I like how he's like, he really has some references to Jordan. I know he grew up wearing a ton of Jordans. It's funny how he mentioned that, how his Quantum Basketball, his first basketball sneaker, is banned, just like how Jordan 1s were banned when they first released. This vertical view with the spinning is
Tell me a little bit about the creative process where you...
And then you have the 500s here. Now these are some of the 500s that are probably expected to release this year. Blue ones, which I don't know if this is going to be the 4th colorway. There is going to be one more colorway that's going to release this year. I'm hoping it's these clay 500s right here. It's like that orange clay color. But if you notice too, there's some two-tone 500s. You know, these are two-tone 500s. I mean, this purple one right here has the gum bottom. Absolutely fire. Absolutely fire. This purple with the gum bottom, and then it's a different lighter shade too of the purple. Then you have the power phases. I mean, I don't think they're projected to come out anymore, but it's good to see how many colorways they went through. From what I've heard, I don't know if there's going to be any more power phases releasing. So, but there's crazy. We might see them in 2020.
Young, and the shapes and the color palette.
Here we go. Here you go, guys. This is the big image that everyone has been looking for on the internet. This is the Yeezy 350 V3. Now, this one looks like it's in some sort of camo print, but one thing that we can take from this is that he kind of messed around with some mids or some highs. PrimeNet looks a little bit different from our regular 350. To me, this looks very similar to like an NMD. And I also like how this gray one here, he messed around with the pull tab, being the pull tab vertically. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if the final version will have that. Now, I know everyone spotted that 750 in the back. I don't think that 750 will probably release. That's probably an old prototype.
And the general...
There's all the 700s, man. Now, this is the picture I wanted to show you guys because I found this one very interesting now. All the shades of the Yeezy 700 Wave Runners and how many they played around with, it's absolutely insane. But there's two here that I wanted to spot out. Here in the right corner, there's like this beige tan 700 V2 with the red-orange drips on the sole. That one is the Cactus Flower 700 V2. That has been leaked out by multiple sources on Instagram and some from my sources too as well. I don't know if that one is going to be releasing, but hopefully that does. That colorway looks so nice. There it is right there, the 700 V2 Cactus Flower. So it was made and it was sent to the factories, but we don't know if it's ever going to be released. Absolutely fire. Okay, then here you go. Here's the Yeezy 451. This is a great shot too. You have the 451s and then the 500s here, all the shades of 500. I think this one right here too could possibly be the 500 V2. That might be it right there. You can see just like right from this picture how many prototypes they've went through and how many colorways and how much of the breakdown it takes. And that's why we haven't seen this shoe release yet. I mean, it looks like they're still working on it. I don't know, looking at this, if this is a good indicator that we're gonna see this release in 2019. I think this could possibly be an early 2020 release. Man, oh man, I love all these colorways. It's a really good looking shoe, especially with that cage.
A big inspiration for Yeezy. And going to auto shows with my dad, you know, the first time I saw a white Lamborghini Countach in real life, and I remember the guy said I couldn't even touch the car, and I was obsessed with this car as a child. There's a little bit of Lamborghini in everything I do.
There's a little bit of Lamborghini in everything I do. Yeezy is the Lamborghini of shoes, man.
The idea comes to you, you sketch it out, and then what?
We have a team.
Now, here's all the 700s. There's the frozen yellow 700s that we've seen pictures of. There's a few pairs. You have some high top 700s, which is very fascinating right there. And then you have this high top kind of mixture of a 700 V2. So fascinating. I think that's fire with different shades of blue and then the purple on the heel.
Translated into these miniature vehicles.
Now this was the big news. The Air Jordan line does approximately $3 billion in annual sales. The West Yeezy line is expected to do $1.5 billion in 2019. That is absolutely huge news. A lot of factors in this, and this is where the debate came: is Yeezy going to, potentially jump over the Jumpman? Yeezy has only been around for 4 to 5 years, rather than Jordan's been around for 35 years. To have that gap close like that is absolutely enormous. And you can see where, how much growth, the reason why they've been able to get this so much growth is because they're starting to branch off into more segments. Before it was just small drops of Yeezys. Now we know there's dropping like 30 plus Yeezys a year. Now they're starting to make Yeezys in infants and kids. So the whole line is growing. Their market segment is starting to get bigger and wider. This is good though. This is good news for Yeezy and Jordan Brand. This is some good competition. And when you never have competition before, you kind of get fat and you sit there and you just kind of, keep it with the same ways. Now maybe this will push Jordan Brand to do better and to think more and to think outside the box. Jordan Brand has a rich history and culture, but a lot of this new generation is not familiar with that rich history and culture. Most of them never seen Jordan play basketball. So I think what Yeezy also does very well, even better than Jordan, is that they are ahead of the game in the women market. I think I see more women wear Yeezys than I do see Jordans. And it's a different segment. I mean, my mom asked me for a pair of Yeezys because she saw Kris Kardashian wear them. This is just good. Like I said, this is good for everybody because competition, you know, is going to draw out the best. This is a win-win for us as a consumer.
But to see inside this, there's, you know, this is an infinite.
There it is right there. So here you have possibly the Yeezy 700 V3. You have one of them. It's a low top. So we played around with it. It's probably in the early stages. That's why you only see about 3 pairs, and they're all triple black colorways. So I eventually think he's going to dive into it. And over here is the high top. Those are the 700 probably basketball sneakers. I think he's probably already working on a second version of a Yeezy basketball sneaker. And then another tidbit of news that was leaked out, West still owns 100% of Yeezy. Absolutely insane. Now, Michael Jordan doesn't own full percent of Jordan Brand. So that just goes to show you that's exactly why Kanye West left Nike, is right here. Right here. Now, to see all the shoes, create as whatever he wants, own the company, and to own more royalties is exactly why he left Nike. Nike would never ever allow him this type of contract. This would never fly. Honestly, hats off to Adidas for allowing this, because now this is why Yeezy is probably your best segment and the most sales for Adidas. It has been confirmed right here. Look, the Wave Runners will be restocking. Right here in the bottom corner, you'll see in infants, kids, and men's. So there it is right there. We are going to see Wave Runners.
There's spirit. There's spirit inside of this thing. It's a soul. It's like
how he talks about how there's a spirit in each shoe and how it can't be replicated, how Jordan switched hands. And that simply probably means that he has to capture a different moment. He has to capture something different in each shoe, because those moments are not going to be created by some sort of athlete in some historic moment at that time. Like a lot of big famous Jordan sneakers are the ones that like hit the last shot, where Jordan crossed over and hit the game-winning shot against Utah in the Jordan 14s. Like he's not going to have those types of moments in those Yeezys, so he needs to create something different. He needs to create a different like sort of moment, or some sort of feeling, or some sort of joy in the shoes to make you go out and buy them. And I thought that was so interesting. He should have asked more questions on that. Because I totally agree with that. And I think a lot of companies have a hard time, doing that, is how to capture the consumer into getting that shoe, wanting that shoe, without any historic event or historic moment in time.
I mean, I love them all.
I'm with you, Ye. I love them all too. But guys, that's my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments what sneaker you are looking forward to out of all the ones that are projected to release. Like I said, I want the Yeezy Quantum Basketball. I cannot wait for the 451. Absolutely fire sneaker. But guys, that's my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. And like always, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.